I trusted my best friend around my girlfriend until one small detail made me realize they had been lying to me for months. At first, there was nothing obvious about it. No dramatic moments. No suspicious late-night calls. No scenes. If anything, that was probably why I missed it for so long. Because betrayal doesn't always look like a movie. Sometimes it looks normal. Sometimes it hides inside routines. Inside jokes. Comfort. People you trust standing too close together, but not close enough for you to question it. My best friend had been in my life for almost 8 years. We met in college. Went through everything together. Bad jobs, breakups, money problems. The kind of friendship that survives long enough to feel permanent. So when I introduced him to my girlfriend, I didn't think twice. Why would I? She had been with me for a little over a year. Long enough to know my habits. Long enough to know the people who mattered to me. And he was one of them. At first, I actually liked how well they got along. It made everything easier. No tension. No awkward small talk. No forced politeness. They laughed at the same things. They teased each other naturally. And in a weird way, it made me feel lucky. Like the two people I trusted most could exist comfortably in the same space. That's a rare thing. And for a while, I thought that's all it was. Comfort. Familiarity. Nothing more. If there were signs, they were small. Too small to mean anything on their own. A look held half a second too long. A joke I didn't understand. A silence that would fall between them when I walked back into the room. But every time I noticed something, there was always a reasonable explanation. And reasonable explanations are dangerous when you want to believe them. So I believed them. Until one random Friday night. We were all at my apartment. Nothing unusual. Pizza boxes on the table. Music playing softly in the background. A game on TV none of us were really watching. It was one of those easy nights that feel forgettable while they're happening. The kind you don't realize you'll remember later for all the wrong reasons. At some point I got up to grab drinks from the kitchen. Nothing dramatic happened. No whispering. No obvious tension. But when I came back, I noticed something stupid. Something so small I almost laughed at myself for noticing it. My best friend had reached for my girlfriend's drink without thinking. And not just reached for it, he picked up the exact glass she had been using. The one with the chipped rim she always avoided handing to guests because she knew it bothered her. And he turned it automatically before giving it to her. So the chipped side faced away from her mouth, like he had done it before. Like he knew. That was it. That was the detail. Tiny. Almost meaningless. But it hit me harder than anything bigger could have. Because I had never told him that. No one would know that unless they had watched her closely. Closely enough to memorize the little things. Closely enough to care. And suddenly, all the moments I had ignored started rearranging themselves into something uglier. The private jokes. The weird silences. The way she always defended him a little too quickly. The way he somehow knew where she was even when I didn't. The way their comfort around each other never really looked new. It looked practiced. Like something already built long before I noticed it. I didn't say anything right away. I just stood there for a second too long holding the drinks. Trying to act normal while something inside me shifted. Neither of them noticed. Or maybe they did. Maybe that's why the room suddenly felt quieter. The rest of the night passed in a blur. They left around midnight. She kissed me goodbye like always. He slapped my shoulder and said he'd text me tomorrow. And I stood there after the door closed, replaying that one tiny moment over and over in my head. It sounds ridiculous now. A glass. That's what broke everything open. Not a message. Not a photo. Not a confession. A glass. But sometimes the smallest details are the ones people forget to hide. And those are the details that tell the truth. The next day, I did something I had never done before. I went back through old photos, old group pictures, videos from birthdays, random clips from nights out. And once I stopped looking at them like memories and started looking at them like evidence, I saw it. The body language, the eye contact, the tiny moments no one notices unless they're looking for them. And suddenly I wasn't imagining anything anymore. I wasn't being paranoid. I was late. That's what hurt the most. Not just that they had betrayed me, but that they had done it quietly, carefully, right in front of me for months, maybe longer. And the worst part? I trusted them enough to make it easy.